Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla. If this is your first time here, I'm back and I'm married. Most of you guys know this, especially if you follow me on Instagram, but this past, I think it's been 2 weeks now, a week and a half, I'm losing track of time. We got married. We got married in Cabo and it was everything. Like, I absolutely love Cabo. It's one of my favorite destinations to travel to, and it's only 2 hours from LA. In today's video, I really want to talk to you guys about having a destination wedding, things you need to be prepared for, and just my recommendations now that I've been through it. I just want to help you guys. My wedding video isn't out just yet, but once we get the wedding video, I'm gonna show y'all, okay? So you can see everything. I know you already saw it on Instagram, but we'll show you again on the tube. Okay, the first thing you need to know about having a destination wedding is it is cheaper, okay, than getting married in the States, especially LA. You guys, LA? You don't even want to know. It's ridiculous. So I would say that's like the #1 seller of having a destination wedding is that it is cheaper when you get married in Mexico. 2, I shouldn't count these off because there's a lot, okay? Definitely do your research. Like, I know before we planned or before we even set the date, I was like looking up, I looked up probably hundreds of different Cabo weddings, and I was looking, I'm like, who's the planner? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And I kind of like collected all the information. I was like, okay, it looks like Amy Abbott Events is probably the best. It looks like Photos by Julieta is probably the best. I like all their photos. So you want to book all that a year and a half in advance because Cabo is popping for weddings, okay? So once you get your planner, once you get the photographer, then set your date. I would say as soon as you have the key people that you need for your wedding to happen, I would set the date based off their availability because they are so booked. Like, I think I got lucky. Well, I got lucky because I planned so far in advance. Like, as soon as I got engaged, honey, I was like, oh, it's either gonna be Cabo or Jamaica. That's where we're getting married. And as soon as we locked down Cabo, I was like, okay, boom. Does this date work for you guys? And they're like, yeah, it works. So I was like, boom, there it goes. After you set your date, well, before even setting a date, you guys have to work a planner into your budget. If that means that you're inviting less people, invite less people because you absolutely need a planner. Trust me, like, it will take so much stress off your shoulders. I feel like the entire planning process was not stressful until like the last couple weeks because I had a planner and she just took on all the stress for me. So I never really once had to worry about anything, like, ever. And then after the wedding, of course, she told me a couple things that happened and I was like, oh my God, if I would have had to deal with that, I would be so stressed. So work a planner into the budget, honey. It's worth it, okay? One other thing that I would recommend, especially with a destination wedding, is sending your save the dates a year in advance. A year to 10 months. That way you give your family and close friends enough time to kind of save for the wedding and prepare for it. Because I think if you send a save the date out like 4 months before wedding, it's kind of like, So send your save the dates out a year in advance. Okay, since we're talking about save the dates, let me talk about these invites. So I don't care about the invites. Like, my invites were very simple and I was fine with that. What I would recommend, because, you know, our age group, we're very digital, is I would send, not save the dates, I would send wedding invites to your close family members that you know want to keep it. And then for all your friends, do a digital, go online, make something, a digital little, almost like a flyer, and email it, and then text it to them. Listen, I promise you, all your friends will throw away those wedding invites. So only give it to people that you know will kind of cherish it and really look at it. And along with invites, you have to have a wedding website because you're gonna get so many questions, especially the week of the wedding, a million questions, and you can just direct everyone to the website. Hey, it's on the website, it's on the website. Oh, what airport? It's on the website. Transportation? On the website. Where's the wedding? On the website. Everything's on the website because you're gonna get so many questions like, woo-saw, who? A lot of questions. People will ask you, I'm not gonna say they're dumb questions, they're not dumb questions, but you'll get asked the same question over and over. So tell them to go to the website and they won't get offended. They'll understand because, listen, you're planning a wedding, it's stressful, you got a lot in your hands, okay? So go to the website. So another benefit of having a destination wedding is you will have a lower guest count because, you know, some people don't want to fly, you know, it's a whole pandemic. There's so many things going on. There's so many reasons, passports, you know, why people can't travel. And so it will cut your list down, which will mean that you can use that extra money for a planner or for, you know, maybe some fireworks or whatever the case is. Also be prepared, and this is something that I feel like we were very much prepared for because we've been to a couple destination weddings. We've had friends with destination weddings. People will cancel, okay, and they'll cancel the week of, a couple days before, the day of. It gets to the point where you're like, okay, this is a little like disrespectful because we're paying for you to be here, but just be prepared for that. And I think it makes it a little bit easier. And then also, like for us, we're like, okay, everyone who came to our wedding wants to be here. You know, these are the people that we love. So you can't really let it bother you, even though sometimes it's kind of like, oh really? Oh, cancel, okay. Okay, listen, splurge on hair and makeup, okay? You know, I flew in my hair and makeup artist, but I will say Cabo has some really bomb makeup artists, okay? Olga Makeup did my mom and my mother-in-law, and they did such a good job. They also did a friend of mine, their makeup for their wedding, and the makeup was amazing. But splurge on it. Get your makeup done. Get your hair done. I would even go out to Cabo. Go to Cabo. Go to your destination maybe 6 months before the wedding. Do your tasting. Do a trial for hair and makeup. That way you know what to expect. I would definitely get your hair done. Get your makeup done. If there isn't anyone attending the wedding who could do it, have someone in the location do it. Most of them do a really good job because that's all they do every weekend. Bridal hair and makeup, okay? And if you can't get to your destination before, maybe a couple days, like right when you get to Cabo, we'll just say Cabo, have a little trial, because on the day of your wedding, you don't want to be doing your hair and makeup. Like you just want to sit, chill, drink mimosas, and relax. Okay, one thing that I did that was very untraditional is I didn't have any bridesmaids, and Les didn't have any groomsmen. When we were kind of, this was kind of my idea. Because if it were up to Les, he probably would have had like 20 groomsmen, okay? So when I was looking up weddings, destination weddings, just weddings period, I saw a common theme with weddings that I really liked, and all of them were very like clean cut, no bridesmaid, no groomsmen sitting up there, and I loved how that looked. Also, like, I know my friends, you know what I mean? Like, nobody really wants to be a bridesmaid. Like, we're grown, most of them are married, like, they want to wear what they want to wear. And I felt like having bridesmaids would have made me feel a lot more stressed, because I'm the type of person, I worry, I want to make sure everyone's having a good time. And I just didn't want the stress of worrying about, oh, do they like the dress? You know, all of that. And I think when you're grown, like we grown up in here, I think when you're grown, you really don't need bridesmaids. When you're young, if you get married in your 20s, early 20s, which I don't recommend, I think you should be like 30 years old when you get married or older, because you don't know who you are in your 20s, okay? But I think when you're younger, it makes sense to have bridesmaids. But as you get older and everyone's a grown up, I don't really think you need it. Plus, like, let people wear what they want to wear and be comfortable, okay? Because the worst thing is, like, being a bridesmaid and not liking your outfit. So, and, well, let me just stop it there, okay? Period. So we didn't have a bridal party. We didn't have any of that, and I absolutely loved it. I would not change that for the world. A lot of people we know who've gotten married have told me, you know, I don't talk to this bridesmaid, I don't talk to this groomsman. They're like, not having a bridal party is probably like the best thing you can do. And I think that's also, from what my planner said, kind of a new trend that's starting to happen. Less people are having bridal parties, and I'm here for it. It was like, my wedding week was so chill for me. Like, the only thing I was a little bit stressed about were people flying in and getting to the resort and liking it and all of that, but I didn't have to stress about anyone else but myself. Like, I was in my room just, you know, getting ready. My wedding, or our wedding, was at the Solaz Resort in Cabo. It's a Marriott hotel. Listen, we're all about Marriott points, okay? We are all about Marriott points. So we had it at the Solaz because they had a large event deck. So they have a space that can be tented off for events. And for us, that just made sense. We actually went to 2 destination weddings in 2019, Jamie Genevieve. You guys know her in Italy, which was amazing. And then we went to another destination wedding in Cancun for my friend Val. Both were equally amazing. One was obviously more like Tuscan, and the other one was more tropical. My friend got married in all-inclusive, and there's so many benefits to getting married in all-inclusive. One, you're not paying for food and beverages every day, because that adds up. I would recommend, if you have a large party, to look into all-inclusives, because it just saves everyone a little bit of money, okay? Okay, let's talk about dress code a little bit. So we had a dress code, light pastel, neutral, like beachy colors. So basically don't wear black. Don't wear anything that's super dark. We wanted just, when you look at the wedding, it just looks like a vibe. So we just had that as a color theme, and I think it does make the pictures look better. Everything looks better when everyone's kind of coordinated. So keep that in mind when you're planning your wedding. Like if you have a fall wedding, maybe do, you know, more fall colors. If you're having a beach wedding, more beachy colors, it does add that little extra. When it comes to your wedding dress, so I had a custom dress by Leah DeGloria. The night before the wedding, I also had a different dress. I kind of went a little crazy with the dresses, but what I will say is if there's a designer that you like, okay, this is like the best advice because I'm giving my dress back, honey. Like, give me the dress back. I'm alone. What I would do is if there's a designer that you like, look up and see if you can find a dress that's used. Nobody will know. Not a single person will know that it's used because it saves you so much money. And I know for me, like I'm not gonna ever wear that dress again. I'm fine not having a wedding dress, okay? So think about that when you're looking for your dress because there are a lot of people out there that buy their dress and then later are like, dang, let me just sell this or let me, you know, so I would look into that. It will save you some coins. Another thing that I did, and I'd also recommend, honey, listen, I did research before getting married, a lot of research. If you're a sneaker person, change into sneakers. If you're a sandal person, change into sandals. There's no way you can survive the whole night in heels, okay? Absolutely no way. Save your feet. So what we did was both of us, you know, wore our nice little fancy shoes down the aisle and then for pictures after. And then immediately after that, we took a golf cart back to the room and changed into sneakers. Best idea ever. Like I wasn't worried about my feet at all, like whatsoever. And by the time my heels started to hurt, I was already changing into sneakers. A must. One thing that we did that I absolutely loved was make your wedding week a whole experience. So what we did was, well, we were partying every night, okay? We got there on a Monday. The wedding wasn't until Friday, and we were pretty much partying the whole time. But make it a whole experience. So the day before the wedding, we had a welcome party, but you can also do like a cocktail hour, something that brings everyone together. So that, you know, everyone gets to know each other. Everyone kind of feels the love in the air, just the good energy, the good vibe. So have something the day before. If you don't have like a cocktail hour, you can always have, you know, if you're getting married in Cabo, like we did, maybe like a beach day or like a pool party, something where everyone can kind of gather and get to know one another. Because by the time the wedding happens, everyone's like, oh, we cool, we homies, you know, let's turn up together. And it makes the whole experience that much more fun. Because I feel like by the time our wedding happened, everyone knew each other and it was just good vibes. When I tell you so fun, like, and I'm not even gonna get into Angel catching the bouquet because that was like one of the highlights of the wedding. So happy that, hey, that means Angel's next, honey, okay? And I think one other thing that is so important when you're getting married, this is your wedding. Do what you want to do. So say you want to do something crazy off the wall and non-traditional, do it. It's your special day. And you have to make your wedding your own, you know? So ignore what everyone else says. Like if you have family members that are like, oh, you have to do this or have to do this, or you can't do that, you can't, no. No. Do what you want to do. Really quick, back to Marriott hotels. Okay, this is hella a Marriott plug. So I don't know if you guys are into points. Marriott has a lot of hotels, and when you have a wedding there, you get hella points. You get so many points. Les and I are basically gonna have our whole honeymoon, which will happen probably at the end of the year, on points. Like our whole stay will be using points. So that's another benefit of having a destination wedding at a Marriott hotel is you get hella points. Oh, Les is here. The hubby is here. Okay, so Les is over here on his knees, honey. He's already on his knees. So what was your favorite? Wait, show him the ring.
Oh, it's not my fish. It's my.
He's got a couple rings.
It's my workout ring right here.
So Les, actually one of our friends told us to get like a couple extra rings as like kind of backup rings. So Les has his main ring, you know, for what would you say, like just...
Oh, when going out.
Yeah,
like,
going out.
My main whenever we're like comfortable and relaxed, but I got my other rings for when I'm doing workouts.
One that you can kind of beat up.
Yeah, beat up on working.
Okay, so, we're talking about the destination wedding. What was your favorite part of the experience, the whole experience?
Say the family and the friends aspect, just seeing everybody vibe as like one family, that was like super dope. Like everybody was there. Her uncle or dad, mom, sisters, brothers, mom, like man, everybody was just like on one piece, one accord or whatever. And also being there with my special lady in our favorite place in Cabo.
We love Cabo.
Yeah.
Right? Don't we love it?
Yeah, we love it. Heck yeah, for sure.
What else do you think is special about having like a destination wedding? Because we've been to so many weddings together. Like, what do you think? I'm trying to convince the folks that a destination wedding is where it's at.
You can get people out the country. For my family, it's my mom and also my brother's first time out the U.S.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so that was awesome to see them like have their first experience going outside the States, getting their first passport stamp, and that shit was dope.
It opened up, like, for my family. Well, your family's my family. We're all family now.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone was, like, just so excited. And they're like, dang, we need to do this more often. Like, we should go on family trips more often. Like, it brings everyone together.
Yeah, for sure.
How was walking through the airport with the wedding dress? No one talks about that.
That was like his own experience. It was like reaching another level of patience and like strong arm and everything. Cause man, like I had my own bags. Cause I was trying to bring so much stuff into Mexico so we could have a good time. But then having that bag and plus my suit in one thing because the lady at the desk, she was being a little bit.
Yeah,
she wasn't being friendly. But
yeah, she wouldn't let us each have a garment bag. We had to put them like together. But that wedding dress was probably like.
I think it was at least like 30 pounds.
No, it was not 30 pounds. It was
like
like 10 pounds.
20,
it was not 20. Because I was able to hold it like this. It was probably like 10 pounds. That's still a lot though.
I think it was 20 pounds. For real, because it's big. It was large. And also I had my whole tuxedo with my shoes in there. So I'm having all that in one bag, like carrying it in the arm. So, but I mean, it was cool. It was. I was just glad we had no stops. So having no stops made it that much easier. But if there was a stop in between, man, I would have been like, yo, I gotta get this dress again. Got to stuff it back in this airplane again, and then pick it back up again, and then walk out.
It was a lot. I think there's also another thing that like we didn't know, and I feel like isn't really talked about, is your marriage license. Like, you can get a marriage license in Mexico, but I heard it's just a pain in the ass trying to figure that out, bringing it back to the U.S. or whatever. So basically, we got our marriage license like a month before we actually got married. And because of COVID, we had like an online ceremony.
Yeah, we did.
It was like a Zoom. We basically got legally married on Zoom.
So on paper, we've been married.
But I know, after the Zoom, I was like, we are not married. Even though I cried, like, the lady had a mask on, we're on Zoom, and, they did the whole, like, husband and wife thing. Like, it was like a wedding, and I was like, ah. And then I took it off right after. I was like, we're not married. We are not married. And so our wedding in Cabo was, like, a blessing ceremony, and my cousin officiated it, or our cousin, but, my cousin, my blood cousin, which was kind of special. I think that's also something, if you have someone in your life that, has their license to be officiant, have them do it because it just makes it that much more special.
Also, make sure everybody checks their passport at least 6 months out to make sure they don't have any expiration dates on their passport. Check your passport ASAP.
Right. Look at them all. Right. Even maybe send everyone an email like, hey, 6 months out to the wedding, please check your passports.
Even your children too.
Yeah, even their children. Even then, it's still like people are going to be like, whatever. But if you do have a situation where somebody that has to be at the wedding maybe has an expired passport, they do have expedited service. If you can show that you have a plane ticket within like either 3 days or 2 weeks, they will expedite your passport for you. Oh, before we leave, how do you feel now that we went through not having groomsmen and bridesmaids? How do you feel now?
It was cool. It allowed like a lot of unnecessary expenses to be eliminated. So all my boys appreciated that, at least from what I understood. But the people who are close to you, they know who they are, and if they're really close to you, they're gonna stay close to you forever. So they're gonna be there for that moment, and when it's party time, it's gonna get lit. So, and also for me, I'm about speed. My nickname Less Quick. So we were up there, we were out of there, and everybody was, already at the the cocktail hour.
The cocktail hour, yeah.
Cocktail hour, getting it started. So it was dope. I thought it was beautiful too. It made it from a scenic standpoint, just us two together. So it made it really
kind of intimate. It made it just about us.
Yeah, it made it just about us, you know, that is the reason why everyone was there. But just hearing all the hoorays and stuff in the background coming up there, just like, it was dope. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really, I love that we did that. I'm glad that you let us do that, because at first, you guys, he was kind of like...
Yeah, I was like, man, I need my homies up there. It's going to be like 10 of us.
I'm like, how would that have looked in pictures?
It looked awesome. Like, dang, yo, he got a whole gang of people up there.
Right, the whole wedding, all the wedding guests would have been up there. Okay.
Yeah, all my boys in the bullshit, like, gang.
But, you know, marriage is all about compromise, and, you know, we both compromise a little bit.
You're right.
I feel like that's it. I think we covered everything. I'm going to link below, like, our planner, my bedazzled shoes, my Jordans. I'm going to link her Etsy account. Like, you guys have to check her out. Her work was so amazing. Not one stone came off.
True.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Like, and we traveled with it, like, there and back, not one stone came off.
I told her, I was like, you got to rock these, like, for sure.
I mean, I'm going to rock them again, maybe. I'm going to rock them again. Yeah. But we'll link everything below, like, just any information that you need to know. And we thank you guys so much for just showing us so much love, because people were showing us love on our wedding week, and it was just amazing.
Big shout out to Michter's Whiskey. They looked out for your boy. They sent me a Michter's 20. That is a rare bottle. Not everybody will ever be able to try that, but I was glad to enjoy that with my friends. So we all poured that up. Actually, we finished it.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you finish the bottle?
We finished that bottle. It was insane. Everybody was like, yo, this joint good. It's strong. But man, that shit is good.
Mm-hmm. So thank you guys for always showing love. We will have another video with our wedding video we will post. So look out for that. If you guys have any questions, please ask below. I am more than happy to help you guys. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow Les on Instagram at LesQuick. And we'll see y'all next time.